Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Good year. Have
Good
you
year.
had a good year?
Oh, what a year. What a year it was.
It's been
Merry Christmas.
a year since we filmed our last Christmas special.
Camel, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Johnny.
What'd you get for Christmas?
I got a shaving kit for my head,
Oh,
like razor blades with
you
guards
sure
on
it's
them.
for your head?
Does the beard
It's not a
match the
man's
drapes? No, it is for my head. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
shaving kit. It's like a
Is it one of the ones you see on the ESPN ads where it's like this and they're doing that?
no. It's like proper barber clippers with different combs and stuff on them. So I do like a halves on the sides and a number 2 on the top. I did it on Thursday night
Right.
last week.
There can't be too many settings you can do. You'd have maybe like a 1 or a 2.
No, because there's combs.
Maybe 3's pushing it
They're
for you.
combs that you put on the clippers.
Like Sean
So
Combs.
like P. Diddy.
Like
so
Sean Combs.
I've got a half. I've got
Yeah.
ones, 1.5s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6, all the way up to 6. And then there's a little taper function on the actual clipper as well. So I can go like halves of whatever they are.
I can tell.
It saves me $40 a month.
How do you know what you got for Christmas? It's not Christmas yet. When we're filming this. How do you know what you got for Christmas?
Because mum got it for me and I asked if I could use it early.
Oh,
To save me money from having to get
I was
haircuts.
really confused for a second there.
Oh, you thought I was just making it up?
No, yeah, I was like, it's very specific.
No, it's real. I did it on Thursday night.
Yeah. Did you feel your head after and go, yum?
Yeah,
If I had a shaved head, I wouldn't stop. Well, I touch my hair a lot anyway, but I wouldn't stop like touching my head.
I had to do it in the shower because I don't want to get hair everywhere. So I was just sitting.
Sensible.
I grabbed my big long mirror from my wardrobe and then like carried it into the shower with me and put it in the shower. Then sat down in the shower and just started buzzing my hair. And then Emily came over, my girlfriend. Shout out to my girlfriend Emily. And then
We're naming Cam's
Yep.
girlfriend now.
that's it. Hard launch.
We've done it. Yay! Hard launch, everyone. I'm also going to name my girlfriend later, so stick around for that.
Emily came around and then I was like, "You need to do the back because I can't see the back." So then she came into the shower with me and shaved my head for me. And it was
Didn't need to hear that.
what? No, wearing clothes, obviously.
Oh, okay.
The shower's not on. I've got a mirror in there. I'm just sitting in the shower so the hair
okay.
doesn't go everywhere.
Okay. I was like, wow, we're hard launching and then we're talking about
No,
being
bro.
in the shower with our girlfriends.
That's too R-rated.
No, it's not. This
So-
podcast for everyone.
Yeah, it's a good Christmas.
for everyone.
A great Christmas present from my mum. Shout
Merry
out
Christmas.
to my mum. I know you're still listening. Thank you, mum.
And what a wonderful Christmas activity.
What did you get for
Shaving your head in
Christmas?
the shower with your girlfriend.
Yeah, what
That's
did you-
lovely.
what-
I'm so alone. What did I get for Christmas? Happiness and joy from seeing my family.
Did you get a Christmas ham?
No, we do pasta. We do pasta and we do spatchcock.
What is spatchcock?
It's like a little baby bird. It's really yummy, but it's a baby. I kind of feel bad. You feel bad eating it because it's
Murder.
baby, but and we also do prawns. It's a food festival.
Any
And
aphrodisiacs?
Nono-
Any oysters or red
100
wine?
No. My 100-year-old Nono does the cooking with my nanny. It's a real.
It's a treat
He's
to
killing.
watch.
He's still smashing it. So yeah, he's on fire on Christmas Day. We love. He drinks.
What defines
eats,
a 100-year-old man that's killing it?
He's
and
just
smashing
killing it, man.
Just killing life?
Well, like he's still drinking as much as always, still eating, or maybe they eat once a day, but still eating well.
He's got that
still,
1 meal a day fast going
Yeah.
on.
Well, a couple of years ago it was 43 degrees and our air conditioning broke and he still soldiered through Christmas. He's just a machine.
Yeah, because normally when it gets like a heat wave, all the old people tend to die. Like in England, when there's heat waves, all the old people die because their houses and flats aren't built.
Well, people just die because they're not used to it. It's like 33 degrees. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, but like
it's
England-
so hot.
England,
oh
they're
my
not-
God, I'm going to die. It's 33 degrees. Can you imagine that here?
But the buildings in England aren't
Oh my
built.
God, I'm going to die from the sun.
The buildings in England aren't built for the heat. So then
No.
when there's heat waves, all the old people just die in their apartments from the heat. And it's really, really sad.
Thank you for that. I love that we went from talking about my grandfather to
Old people
old
dying.
people. That's really
But he didn't die. He survived. As you said, 43
he's
degrees.
a beast because
He's killing it.
fought in the war
Because he's killing it.
because he's fought in the war for Italy. Because he's fought in the war. He came over to work. This is actually a good podcast story. Well, he wouldn't want to come on and tell the story, but his story is basically came after the war.
We've talked
to
about
Australia,
this, I think.
1950, like one of the first when they first opened it up to Southern Europeans. He was, probably one of the first few ships that got sent over and came here with nothing. when he got to Australia, they got into Fremantle and they swapped his Italian passport for his Australian passport on the spot. Didn't get his Italian passport back to 2000 and something, and then sent on the train to Mount Magnet making tea, and then he opened up a food import business, small goods, and then he imported all these small goods from Italy, and it was very popular. So shout out Nono, and still making very good food and drinking very nice alcohol today on Christmas. Still, yeah, holding.
Well, that sounds like a lovely Christmas watching him cook.
Well, yeah, Nanny does most of the work, but Nono has to be the one that tastes it before it's ready, of course. So he's obviously the cook. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for Christmas. Just lots of good food. I don't know what present wise. I can't remember what I got. Oh wait, yeah, that was yesterday. I can't remember what I got for Christmas. Maybe like a cool.
I got some work clothes from my grandma.
Yeah, I was going to say work clothes probably,
which is awesome. Now I have an outfit for every day of the week at work. Just quickly, I did get cornered in the jacuzzi last night at Crown by workers asking me to give them a shout out on the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They cornered you in the jacuzzi at your most vulnerable.
Exactly.
That's really weird.
I was in the jacuzzi. I was drinking a nice lychee mocktail.
How many corners are there in the jacuzzi?
4.
So
Four
which corner
corners.
did you get? Which corner did you get cornered in?
I got cornered in the northwest, northwest corner of the jacuzzi.
The north-south?
The northwest corner of the jacuzzi, I got cornered by 2 of my co-workers.
Okay.
And they asked for a shout out. So
okay. Who are you going to name them, or are you just going to?
Should we name them?
Do they want to be named? Surely they were requesting.
They did want to be named.
Okay, name them.
Shout out to Braden and shout out to Lavisa for cornering me in the jacuzzi and asking for a shout out on the podcast. There you go.
Cool.
Did you have a good year?
Yeah, it was a great year. It was geez, when I look back on it, all sorts of stuff. It wasn't at university.
It was a big year.
But I've just had just random stuff.
There was ups.
Lots of random stuff.
There was downs.
It's amazing how you can keep busy without having
downs.
What downs?
But a lot of ups.
It was a good year.
It's all about riding the lows and enjoying the highs.
I went to Europe.
You went to Europe this year?
I did. I forget about that.
So for a bit of context for the audience, for the newer fans, quotation marks, because I don't know if we've quite built fans yet.
Shout out Pit Mac.
Shout out Pit Mac for still listening all this time. Sorry for ever doubting.
Yeah, actually, can we address that? Because you continue to doubt Pit Mac and she continues to deliver and she's not happy with, you're in the bad books. So anyway, I'll say shout out Pit Mac. Thank you.
So last year we did this Christmas special where we recapped the year. We talked about some predictions for the next year and we talked about Jonathan a lot. Do you remember Jonathan?
Yeah, I remember Jonathan.
There was a sperm donor of 300 and whatever kids who got banned from further sperm donations that we talked about in that episode, which was a highlight.
Have they grown up now?
I wonder how his army is going.
Yeah.
A little army of Jonathans in his Jonathanism doctrine.
Where is Jonathan? Is he in jail?
Probably.
He's just watching his movement grow.
So we did ask ourselves some questions last year that we thought we would answer in a year's time. So, and I had
predictions or questions?
Both. We did questions and then predictions. So this morning I went through and watched that episode again and wrote down all the questions and predictions.
I did that too.
Did you?
Yeah. Good episode. Shit production though.
Questions we asked ourselves this time last year to answer now.
Oh boy.
My first question is, why are we not wearing pants right now? And I thought that was kind of funny, seeing as we've had a whole sort of
that was completely unintentional. Yeah.
Episode spree of who's wearing the pants in relationships.
So we are wearing pants now? Well, we're not wearing, but we've discussed this in depth.
People on the camera, people who are watching the visual can't actually see, but I am not wearing pants right now.
I am wearing pants.
I remembered the question and I'm not wearing pants right now.
Campbell's talked about being in the shower with his girlfriend, being in the jacuzzi and not wearing pants on the podcast. So just wanted to summarize that.
Highlight that.
For people that are joining halfway through the episode.
And then I don't know how many, if you're joining halfway through the episode, let us know because I'm not sure if anyone ever does that.
Skip to this segment.
Should we start putting timestamps back on our episodes?
Oh yeah, if you want to.
Or should we keep it off? If you're listening, tell us, should we do timestamps or should we just let it run with no timestamps? Anyways, my second question, is Johnny going to win Vogue's Sexiest Man Alive?
I didn't. It was John Krasinski.
Unfortunately, you did not.
It was Jim Halpert.
Those were the only 2 questions I asked myself, but you asked yourself a lot of questions that we can unpack.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So how is your house in Tuscany, Johnny?
Oh, it's good.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm going to head over there for a few weeks.
And how are your kids in your Tuscany house running around?
Good. They
And-
can't run near the pool though because that's dangerous.
And your Italian wife, Francesca?
Francesca's good. Yeah, she's good. She's over in Italy at the
Or
moment.
the other one-
I've had to come back to work.
There was two. There was Francesca and there was Bello or whatever you said. Do you remember that? What was her name? What's the other name?
Kind of Albarabello or something. What
It was just a bunch of R's. Roberta Bello.
How many Italian wives do I have?
Well, from
Polly.
last year, you asked yourself how your two Italian wives were.
Italian wives in my Tuscan villa. Yeah, look, it's good. We go out. What we do is we have a few pigs that we own, and we go out truffle hunting every morning. It's like a pre-work thing when I'm over there. So
Pre-workout.
Go out. You know, the pigs sniff around. They get the truffles. We go back. I grate the truffle. This is at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Then I go to the gym. Then grate the truffles
In the gym?
after the gym.
Oh.
Onto a plate of pasta. Then I put it
Carbonara?
in
Truffle carbonara?
Yeah. So I basically, I go to work. Well, I work from home actually, but I work and have truffle pasta for lunch, and then at the end of the day, I just hang out with my
Two beautiful Italian wives.
with my two kids,
One from each wife.
Guido and Francesca.
So your wife and your daughter are named the same?
Yeah, Francesca Junior.
Can you name daughters?
Yeah, why do
Junior?
people do that?
Normalized Francesca the second.
I've actually, the Queen, obviously monarchs, but I've never seen. They should do that.
So I should name my first daughter Campbell and call her Campbell Jr.
No, it'd be like Emily Jr. Well, I can't think of any more Italian names. Apollonia. My daughter would be Apollonia. So that's
my daughter Aperol.
That's Campari soda.
And then my son Campari. Campari and Aperol.
Campari.
Okay,
Negroni.
I got another question that you asked yourself this time last year.
Okay.
Why is Johnny so handsome? Why are you so handsome?
I don't know. It's unsolved mysteries. It's like that conspiracy show that you watch about the giants. Remember that one on YouTube? These giants, they roam the earth in New Mexico.
Was it New Mexico?
I don't know. Somewhere like that, Nevada.
And then how many lives have you saved at the beach? Because this is right after your Batman episode.
Someone did dislocate their shoulder
Last week
while
at
I
the
was on
beach.
patrol last week, but I did not do anything. I was in the tower, so no lives saved.
You were watching from the back
Talk to
cave.
Matt Steiner-Price though. Matt Steiner-Price is he once was a patrol captain
Did you save any lives?
somehow. No, I don't think so.
Would you trust him with your life?
Yes,
Nice.
I have trusted him with my life
Well,
before.
those were the questions we asked ourselves to answer in a year's time, but we also played a bit of 2024 bingo.
I don't remember playing bingo. I remember those predictions.
Yeah, which is 2024 bingo.
Okay. Oh, I know where this is going.
We can get through yours first.
No,
So
let's do yours first.
The way it's written down in chronological order from how
Oh,
we did
the
it.
ones that I said. Okay,
Your predictions were
my
first.
predictions. Okay. How many did we have?
You had 3 and I had 4.
Okay, I can remember one.
Will Italy win the Euros?
No, they didn't. They were actually awful as well. They somehow made it to the round of 16. I was there. I was in Italy, and they lost to Switzerland. Schliefflin plan.
Will Eagles win the premiership with Harley Reid?
No. Although Harley Reid was good, reflecting. Remember we did the Harley Reid episode, and we were going Harley Reid.
When Harley Reid came on the
Harley
podcast,
Reid.
if you haven't seen
Yes,
that, go and look.
yeah,
We've
yeah,
actually
true.
had Harley Reid on the podcast before his fame. We got there first.
Boy, was hardly Reid.
And you predicted that we would do an episode of the Crooked Smile podcast at the beach.
We didn't do that. We did it at Caledon's. That was close enough.
That was the only time we've
been
kind
outside.
of ventured outside. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, with this lighting we've got at the moment, it's like we're at the beach, right? I'm getting a tan right now, RN.
I got sunburn yesterday, really bad.
I'm
A lot of
sorry to
people
hear
were
that.
upset at me. A couple of people told me off for not wearing sunscreen.
Well, it is works at HSC stuff. It's at HSE.
I was just
Health and
secretly just
safety.
tanning. I haven't even shown the audience yet. I actually, to celebrate the Christmas mood, the Christmas festive spirit,
You got a sleeve.
I got a sleeve of Christmas tattoos. If you want to quickly, if you're a listener on Spotify,
They're
quickly
permanent.
have a look. I've got some new ink on my arm, a full sleeve of.
What'd your mum think?
Christmas
What did
tattoos.
Cam's mum think?
Campbell's mum hasn't seen them yet.
Oh, Campbell's mum's not going to be happy.
Campbell's mum's not.
Are we
gonna be
hard
happy.
launching Campbell's mum's name as well? Or just your girlfriend?
Well, her name is Campbell's mum.
But what?
Campbell's mum's name is
And
Campbell's
you're Campbell's
mum.
mum junior?
Yes.
Yes. Cameron boy Rob went away. That was
Cameron
another
boy-
thing that happened this year.
Yeah.
Sad. He's killing it in Canada at the moment.
But overall, an interesting year. The Roto swim was this year. It feels like such a long time ago.
Feels like we only go backwards.
Well, if you're watching this, think about it. Things like January, February, April, those months.
Things like January, February, April. What happened to March? What about March?
They feel so long ago.
March feels like yesterday.
Maybe up to May, because May the 4th is always a memorable day. But anything before
Nerd.
anything before May the 4th be with you is kind of like a blur, a blast from the past, a bit of nostalgia. Wouldn't you agree?
No.
Okay, can we do my predictions now for 2024 bingo?
Were they all of mine?
Yeah, you didn't get anything right on your bingo card.
So 0 from 4.
Best believe.
What was it? Italy Euros.
Best
Harley
be-
Reid.
Best believe I got some right.
What were mine? What's my scorecard?
Italy
0.
to win the Euros, Eagles to win the Prem, and
no.
do a podcast on the beach.
No. Oh, they had 3. Okay.
So,
Well, things for next year, I guess.
so my first prediction on my 2024 bingo card was, will Gianni find love? And I'm telling you, I had a winning prediction in 2024.
Is that the Riz button?
Yeah, that is. And that's you finding love.
That-
So I'm already 1 for 1 on my 2024 predictions.
I cannot speak. If I speak, I am in trouble. I cannot speak. That's a Jose Mourinho quote. Well, I don't know what to say.
Okay. That was my first prediction that I actually got correct. I had a few more predictions. These ones maybe weren't so lucky like my first one, but nowhere near as important as my first prediction. Morgan Freeman will die in 2024.
Yeah, he's still alive. Did you see him the other day? He was tripped out. He was dripping.
Was he?
Yeah, he looks better than ever.
Was he cool with it?
I'm just so glad he broke out of that prison.
My last prediction for my bingo card was we would start talking to animals through AI.
I think that's a bit ahead of its time. I think it's a cool idea. AI has come a long way.
Should I predict that for my next year?
Yeah.
Or I was about to say this is a perfect segue for us to do our predictions for next year.
Well, I think you went 0 from 4.
Did you want to do any New Year predictions that we can answer this time next year?
Oh, I didn't think about that so much. Do you have any?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Morgan Freeman dies. I'm doubling down, double it
Double
and
or
give it to the
nothing.
next person. Double it and give it to the next person. Morgan Freeman dies.
Why? Why do you have something against Morgan
We
Freeman?
will start communicating with animals through AI because we're going to start doing it with humans soon through
Yep.
Neuralink.
Yep.
Is it Neuralink? What's the one in your head?
SpaceX, I think.
PayPal.
PayPal.
Any other predictions?
I've got
for
a
next year?
prediction. Johnny will go back to university.
Is that a prediction?
Prediction, yep.
I thought you.
More predictions. Campbell, what are you predicting?
I predicted the Fifth Odyssey is going to take off as a band.
Oh, wow. Good
And
prediction.
Actually, you know what? I predict the Quick with Smile podcast is going to take off
and the
next
Fifth
year.
Odyssey.
Next year's the
and I'm
year.
going to have to
We've
make
got-
a decision.
We've got some exciting things coming in the new year, some really exciting guests coming up, a few more episodes. We're going to try and put out maybe 2 episodes a week, potentially.
Oh, yeah. You're going to talk about your little spin-off. Are you excited?
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? Are you hard launching that as well?
Hard launch. Maybe we'll soft launch it.
Soft
I
launch.
Potentially might start
Like a
doing
photo of a leg or something.
a second episode every week with another person just to try and get some more episodes out and a bit more exposure for the pod just so that we can really push our numbers up.
Yeah.
Try and double down.
Diversify.
Yeah, but obviously I'm so excited for some of the guests we've got lined up together.
Yeah. Well,
One's profession rhymes with winning.
Women. One we may or may not be having a guest on who's headlining Laneway that has a name that could be for a boy or a girl, and the last name XCX. May or may not be having her on the podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
How's,
'Cause she's headlining Laneway Festival.
when's that?
I think the apple's rotten.
When's
right
Laneway?
to the core.
When is
February? When is Laneway? What was
how's
Laneway?
your connections going?
With? Like the club?
Your network. Well, clearly you're going to get
Oh,
her
networking.
on.
Yeah. The Perth indie scene and the British dance.
Index HQ
kind of
got you the
Index HQ rated Brat as a 10 out of 10. So, yeah, so we may or may not be having her on. She had a big year, didn't she? What a great album, Brat. I felt a bit bratty this year. Did you feel bratty this year?
Hot Boy Summer.
Can we talk about this? But did you feel bratty at all?
I've got a question for you.
I've got a question for you. You have to answer my question first.
No.
Did you feel bratty at all this year?
No. I've got a question for you.
Because you are. You're a little brat.
Who had a bigger year, Sabrina Carpenter or Charlie XCX?
As in relative to where they were before?
Just who had a bigger year?
Sabrina Carpenter.
You reckon?
Well, I prefer Charlie XCX. I prefer Charlie XCX's music, but I think relative to like how famous they were at the start of the year to now, probably Sabrina Carpenter.
Well, if you can take...
But I prefer Charlie XCX's year.
If you could take like just a coffee drink and make a coffee drink famous, I feel like that's a pretty niche skill.
Espresso was already famous. You just have to go to Italy.
No, she made espresso.
No, you have to just go to Italy.
Sabrina Carpenter made espresso.
See, when she said, "That's that me espresso," that's really deep because she's saying that's that me. So like when you say that's it's like doubling down. That's that me espresso. You know, that's what she said in the song, right?
I don't know the lyrics.
She says, "Espresso." That's that me espresso. Can you? That's mastery of writing right there. That's that me espresso. I wish I could write like that for the Fifth Odyssey.
I don't know. I think the apple's fallen
rotten right to the core.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty.
That is actually good lyric writing. I was joking about
that's what you call a double entendre.
Well, do you know the story about that? She didn't have a very good upbringing. Her parents weren't very kind.
Barry Keoghan?
The Apple song?
Yeah. I think it's Sabrina.
Charlie XCX. That is good writing. I think the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I think it does. I think the apple does fall far from the tree.
No comment.
Well, it is the end of a year. Would you do you not like my segue?
It is the end of a year.
Do you think this year overall has been a good or a bad year in the grand scheme of your life?
It's been a year.
It has been a year.
It's been an investigative year. I've kind of done a whole bunch of random things.
Your side quests?
Just to see just kind of feel some stuff out, work out what I want to do, I guess, moving forward, career-wise.
That's what life's all about.
Hobby-wise. I still felt busy, which is good, but yeah, I mean, yeah, just a culmination of lots of random activities like the band, the podcast, bit of work,
travel.
So I guess there's definitely value in taking, if you're doing university or something, taking a year off and redirecting yourself a little bit. But then again, I still don't have any direction at all.
I was going to say, where has this redirection aligned you to?
Oh, well, I guess it's helped me out with, working out what sort of work I want to do. And career-wise, it's been a good year, I think. There's been some breakthroughs, which is nice. So, yeah, I still have no idea what the next few years will look like.
What about relationship-wise?
With?
You.
Friends?
Just every
family?
Life?
No, but just new friends, old friends, friends leaving. Friends leaving is a big thing. People moving away, people starting to kind of leave the nest. Makes you want to kind of do it as well. But I was planning to go to Melbourne for a little bit and then I stopped doing that because it wasn't the right career move, It's all about career, man. But yeah, no, it's interesting. I think you just got to keep flexible, dynamic.
What would you say your goals are for 2025?
I'm not sure. I still have to have a better idea of what 2025 will look like.
If there was one thing that you kind of wanted to dedicate the year towards as an achievement, one thing that's going to set that year apart from other years, what would it be? Could be anything.
Well,
work, relationship,
I
life.
could tell you, but I wouldn't really want to talk about the podcast, but it would be getting a job at...
Oh, be getting a job at the place
I'm interning at now. That would be nice. I think more on a personal thing. I think I need to be maybe a bit kinder to myself in general. I think I'm quite harsh on myself when it comes. I actually had a good conversation at work with someone recently about just generally being kinder to yourself, and things aren't as deep as they seem most of the time. you can get all up in your head about certain things, and sometimes I'll be, socializing and you worry about every little thing that you say or do when you're actually fine, like everything's okay. So I think from a personal perspective, I think it's being kinder to myself would be good. I don't know what strategies to do that. I think there's maybe a couple of things that I might work on. I think rationalizing is a good one, like taking a step back instead of going, oh, you're an idiot, you can't believe you said that. Stepping back and going, okay, what's the whole context? What does the other person think? Does the other person even care about that, or are they even going to think about that tomorrow or whatever? So that's a good thing. That's a good strategy that people have been talking about. You know what I mean?
But isn't that in itself overthinking it? The fact that you're even having to think that through?
No, overthinking is overthinking, and well, the other option is that you just go, oh, you've said something stupid, or you think you're the worst person in the world, and then you kind of are only angry at yourself. But when you step back and think, like, these are things that you in your head think maybe it's dumb, or you've messed something up, or it's the end of the world. Like if you went to, for example, give a presentation at work and you didn't think it was that good, but then you step back and go, okay, look, these are the good things. You got to give yourself some.
So it's having
sort
a
of kudos.
positive outlook on things.
I think so. It's obviously very hard to think worse. It's very easy to think worst case scenario about all sorts of things, and I think I'm very easily
negative.
Negative about myself. Like I don't think I give myself enough credit for the things that I do. So not trying to sound arrogant in a way, but
I'm saying, I think that's really healthy.
I need to appreciate all the things I do a little bit more when I actually do them, rather than worrying about how I'm going to balance them all, and worrying about whether it's perfect every time. I think
no, that sounds really healthy.
Sometimes when people do a lot of things, and they kind of, I don't know. Anyway, that's me. That's my personal goals. So I think be kinder to myself up here in the old noggin, in the old brain.
Insane in
is
the
a goal.
brain.
Is a goal for me next year.
Nice.
What about you? Do you have any personal goals
for next year?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think next year is going to be a really good building year for me, as in like a building block year in life. I've got a few goals, a lot of endurance sport goals.
Yep.
For the end of the year. I got shoulder surgery. I'll be in a sling by the time this episode comes out, because I've got a shoulder surgery. So
you're in a sling yesterday.
I'm in a sling right now, actually.
Yeah.
So I think getting through that, rehabbing that well, then I've got a bunch of like sport and endurance and physical goals. But in terms of life, I really want, like, and I know it's like a time-old saying and stuff, but I really want to knuckle down and really grind out next year, and like get a lot done, kind of put my tunnel vision focus on and really plow through what needs to happen, and just not so much. And I know balance is really important, but for me, next year is about hard work, not balance. And then the future can have the balance. But next year's, I think it's time for a bit of hard work, I think it's time to knuckle down and really get after it. So
don't work too hard.
Work, the podcast, all of that. I'm really excited. I haven't been this excited for the future in a while.
Really? That's good.
I think next year is going to be a really good year for a lot of things.
I'm happy for you, bro.
This year's had its ups and downs.
Yeah.
It's been a very long year. Well, when you think about it, the Roto swim was this year, and that feels like forever ago. So in terms of growth from this year, I think there's been a lot of really good things that have come out of it, whether it's moving out, getting a proper job. Well, I had a proper job, but like getting a proper job in an industry I will be in now.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's been some downs. Obviously, some personal stuff happening. Life gets in the way sometimes, and you really got to realign and make sure that you stay on the right path no matter what life throws at you. And sometimes that can be really challenging. And I've found that challenging this year. So this year's kind of been about kind of getting the lows to be as quick as possible and kind of get through them, and then riding the highs for as long as possible and trying to make them longer. And that's hard at times, and you really got to have sort of perspective on the bigger picture of things and kind of look at the bigger picture and know that even though you might necessarily be in the trenches right now, or these next couple of weeks are going to be really, really tough, that in the long run, things will work out if you do the right things by yourself, by the people you care about and love. And that's really important. And those are some good lessons that I've learned this year is tough times never last. Only tough people do. Yes, that is a funny meme from Instagram.
Yeah, that's a meme. A meme is basically like a funny like video or like a photo. You know?
I really do think that that's true.
The meme being the photo and
tough times don't last, only tough people do. And if you do the right things and you're constantly making sure that you're looking after yourself and the people around you, good karma will come your way. Whereas if you don't, well, then you've only got yourself to blame when everything falls to shit and stays shit. And I know that's very like harsh and black and white, but if you truly do the right things when everything's down, then things are going to get up soon. And things like the bright side of life is always just around the corner. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
But I always say that you're going to have your lows, and it's about the people that can help you through your lows as well.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I know you say, but only you can really, and I agree to a certain point, but sometimes you got to just
support.
Sometimes you got to be vulnerable, and your
support circle and support group around you is so important. So important.
Yeah.
But no, I'd say it's been a very, very interesting year. Lots to learn from and take into 2025. But 2025 looks good.
Lots of head shaving to come in 2025.
By me, yeah. By me.
Not by me.
I guess a good thing to end on, or a good thing to keep in perspective, is without the bad times, without the lows, without the tough times, there wouldn't be good times.
Yeah.
Like, because otherwise what defines good?
What did Passenger say?
Passenger?
Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let it go. Only know you're high when you're feeling low.
Whoa.
Remember that song?
Only miss the sun when it starts to snow.
Yeah. But no, that's what I meant to say is, like, as much as lows come, as much as tough times come, without them, there's no good times. Because otherwise, what defines good? So just remember that. If you're ever struggling, if you're ever down, just keep that in perspective that things will get better, Johnny.
You hear it from us because
things will get better. If you're going through a tough time right now and you're listening to this,
that's probably why they're going through a tough time, because they're listening to the podcast. So if you're listening to the podcast and you go through a tough time, regardless of listening to the podcast, is like mutually exclusive things. Yeah.
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 Well, then just keep in mind that things will get better, and just do the right things, have good people around you, and everything's going to be all right.
If you're alone on Christmas or anything, hit up the podcast. And
if you're alone,
you can come to Friendsmas.
Yeah. If you're alone on Christmas, give us a call. Let us know.
We're here for you.
If anyone ever needs to talk, Johnny's DMs are open.
We're a community. No, we're serious about this. We're
of
a community.
Course. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If anyone's alone during Christmas.
Community of 2. Community of 3. Robbie McGregor. Thank you. Oh, and Tom Riz.
And
community of 4.
Matt.
So already a community of 5.
And all the people we've had on.
And Peter Nimble.
And Peter Nimble. And all the guests we've had on. And Charlie XCX.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for listening in 2024. Here's to 2025.
And I can never ever. If you get lost, I press the rewind so you don't see nine. No, I can tell that you a winner. I'm making key lime cause I was living in the backseat till you bag me. All my niggas never playing games like we bad street. When she's talking, feel like poetry in motion, and I feel like I'm chosen. When she look at me, I'm getting lost up in that ocean. Everywhere in motion. They ain't got a notion. I wanna tell the world.